I saved the whole sect by playing badly. Chapter 14. The Yuqingzong is rich, but not sick. An hour before the opening of the secret realm, Yi Qiao and his party went to the entrance. When she came, Zhu Yu mentioned that there is smog in the secret realm, and inhaling it in the nasal cavity will cause dizziness. In order to avoid accidents, many people will buy magic tools to block the smog in advance. Yi Qiao, then do we have a magic weapon? No, Zhu Yu replied truthfully. Changmingzong has no weapon cultivator, and no one knows how to refine weapons. If you want one, you have to go to Changfengzong to buy it. They have a lot of weapon cultivators. Then go in like this. Don't take any measures. She thought to herself, is it so casual? In Yi Qiao's memory, every time the heroine goes to the secret realm, there are a bunch of heavenly treasures, magical artifacts and medicines. How come they're so shabby when it's their turn? Mingxuan said very casually, if you can hold your breath, then hold it. If you can't, cover your mouth and nose with something, because if you fight, it will be a little troublesome. Yi Qiao didn't say a word. She was thinking that if it was smog, it should be no different from the smog that wakes up in the modern morning. She thought about digging out a piece of cloth from the mustard bag, pulled it off with a black sword, and finally cut it into the shape of a mask, adding a thin string. It was perfect. Put it on. Yi Qiao made more than a dozen copies, just in case, and threw them to the other three. Not to mention, it's quite appropriate. It's just that the appearance is too weird. Mingxuan picked up one, and asked curiously, little sister, what is this? Yi Qiao, mask. The three of them have never seen this kind of thing before. They just thought it looked weird. Yi Qiao put it on their face first, and showed them how to use it. There are always more methods than difficulties in this world. No magic weapon can do it. Wear a mask. The expressions of the few people were a little hard to describe, but under the shining eyes of the little junior sister, they didn't take her face seriously. After the four put on their masks, many curious people looked at them along the way. She is dressed in a strange way. What is she wearing on her mouth? After arriving at the entrance of the secret realm, the sects with background, such as Yuqingzong, have already taken out the magic weapon at this moment, and set up a shield to envelop people inside. Only 3 of Yuqingzong's 5 personal disciples came this time, Yun Qiu, the chief disciple Song Hansheng, and a person who was not unfamiliar. Su Turbidity. Yi Qiao had an impression of Su Juo, backstabbing the original owner's junior brother back then, but probably because he was wearing a mask, the other party didn't recognize him. He seemed to have noticed her probing eyes. Su Juo frowned, subconsciously blocked the cloud magpie. I mistakenly thought it was another female cultivator who was jealous of my junior sister. His little junior sister is beautiful, and there are many female cultivators who don't like her. Su Juo was afraid that she would be hurt, so he looked back with a cold expression. Swept by his cold eyes, Yi Qiao touched the tip of her nose and clicked her tongue softly in her heart. Lick the dog until there is nothing left. In the original novel, Su Juo can be regarded as a loyal spare tire at best, not even a male supporting role. My little friend. An older monk came over. What are you wearing on your mouth? He wasn't the only one who was curious about what the 4 of them wore on their mouths. Someone started to ask, and the rest were naturally eager to try it, and came forward to ask. Is it a new magic weapon refined by Cheng Fengong? There are no aura fluctuations on it. Then what is this? Yi Qiao's mind moved slightly, and she took out the remaining mask from the mustard bag. She grinned and smiled slightly. This is the mask I developed. Although it is not as good as a magic weapon, it may be able to resist it in the secret realm. Hazards caused by smog. Really? After all, most of the people who come to the small secret realm are small sects and casual cultivators. not everyone is as rich and powerful as Yue Qingzong who can take out spiritual weapons. As soon as she said that, everyone around her cheered up. Yi Qiao said calmly, "It's guaranteed to be a fake. As long as you buy 5 low-grade spirit stones, you can't buy them at a disadvantage, and you can't be fooled. Would you like to come and have a try?" She was very enthusiastic. Mu Chongxi stared at her dumbfounded and started typing the advertisement on the spot, and said in a low voice, "Little junior sister. You are amazing." If it were him, he would definitely be embarrassed to make sales in front of so many people as if nothing had happened. Could it be so? Zhu Yu coughed lightly. As long as the little junior sister involves Lingxi, she is very enthusiastic. In the end, the masks in Yi Qiao's hands were snatched up before the secret realm opened, and she kept some specially in case of emergencies. "Let's go, the secret realm is open." Mu Chongxi took the lead. After stepping into the secret realm, the smog was lingering. The casual practitioners who bought the masks were surprised to find that it was able to cut off most of the poisonous smog, and the effect was remarkable. Zhu Yu touched the mask strangely. He actually had the breath-holding pill, and he had prepared the pill for his junior sister to be unusable, so he distributed the pill to several people. Now it seems that there is no need. Where did you come up with so many weird ideas? Yi Qiao replied without turning her head, "Senior's wisdom. Thanks for the development of technology." Su Juo looked at the crowd of people surrounding Yi Qiao and his group. He sneered lightly, disdainful, "It's really embarrassing to take advantage of such a small advantage." Yun Qiu nodded with rare approval, and said in a gentle voice, "Maybe it's a small sect with no money. That girl is pitiful." She was obviously about the same age as her, yet she had to humble herself so much for ordering Lingxi. However, after stepping into the secret realm, the sense of superiority of Yue Qingzong and the others gradually disappeared. Although they had magical artifacts to protect them, it would undoubtedly consume their spiritual energy all the time. None of those who wore masks were poisoned indications. Visible effect is excellent. Even Su Juo, who was ridiculed before, couldn't help it. "Brother, why don't we go buy some from them? Anyway, there are only 5 low-grade spirit stones, just a little bit flowing out from between the fingers is enough." Song Hansheng knew in his heart that it would be unbearable to waste his spiritual energy all the time, so he could only condescend, walk up to Yi Qiao, and stop the 4 of them. "I don't know if this fellow Taoist still has the remaining masks in his hand." Yi Qiao let out a sigh in her heart, but she didn't expect that people from Yue Qingzong would take the initiative to come over to buy things. Yes. Of course. Song Hansheng was about to pay immediately, and just when he was about to offer him 3, Yi Qiao said again, "But this time and that time, that is the previous price." "What?" He browsed impatiently, thinking in his heart that it is so. People from the Shaman sect want to take advantage of the opportunity to kill people. Song Hansheng asked, "Then what do you mean?" Yi Qiao stretched out a finger, 100 top-grade spirit stones. This time even Song Han was stunned. "You." Su Juo stepped forward angrily, "I'm afraid you didn't raise the price deliberately to target us. Compared with the previous personality, it is more than 50 times higher, and no one will believe that she didn't do it on purpose." Yi Qiao fiddled with the mask in her hand, met his angry eyes, shrugged her shoulders hypocritically. "Hey, there is no way. Who told us to be small and have no money?" She did it on purpose. After Su Juo told Yun Hen about the mayfly grass, the spirit grass that the original owner worked so hard to get was taken away. She never forgot about it. "I think all the direct disciples of the Yuqing sect don't lack these spirit stones." She focused on the 4 words, direct disciple. Yi Qiao discovered a wonderful thing, that is, the personal heirs of this group of big sects are more respectable than the other. As if the face could be eaten. Then don't blame her for taking the opportunity to blackmail, she is shameless anyway. Su Juo's voice went out instantly, and it was stuck in his throat, he couldn't move up or down, which made him so angry. The Yue Kingzong is rich, but not sick. You already have the money to buy a bottle of medicine with 100 top-grade spirit stones, so why do you want her to be such a crap? But if you don't want it, with so many casual cultivators around looking at it, it was Yue Kingzong who slapped them in the face. After Song Hansheng's expression changed for a moment, he finally looked at Su Juo. Give her the spirit stone. The elder brother had already spoken. Su Juo gritted his teeth, and could only admit it and pay for it. When he got the thin mask, he had an inexplicable illusion that everyone around him was watching his jokes. Chevron _ left previous home index next chevron _ right. Tap the screen to use advanced tools tip. You can use left and right keyboard keys to browse between chapters.